Welcome to Storytime with Miss Andrea, reading on behalf of the Clearview Library District. In yoga, like in everything else in life, there has to be some rules or some agreements. Can you stand up for me, please, and we'll go over our agreements for yoga? What does glue do? It sticks. Stompin' feet, 1 and 2, stompin' feet, 1 and 2, but if my feet were covered in glue, they'd stick to the glue, my darling. So our first agreement is we'll agree to stay on our own mats. Clapping hands, 1 and 2, clapping hands, 1 and 2, but if my hands were covered in glue, they'd stick to the glue, my darling. Our second agreement is we'll agree to keep our hands to ourselves. When our hands are at our heart like this, does anyone remember what that's called? It's called Namaste hands, or Anjali Mudra. And Namaste is a really old word. Do you remember what it means? It means the light inside of me is also the light inside of you. What does that mean? It means we're all connected, so we should all be nice to each other. Let's have a seat in our mats and we'll get our bodies warmed up for yoga. We'll sit crisscross applesauce, and let's extend and stretch, extend and stretch, twist and turn, twist and turn. This is yoga, this is yoga. Om, sweet om, om, sweet om. Let's try that again. Let's extend and stretch, extend and stretch, twist and turn, twist and turn. This is yoga, this is yoga. Om, sweet om, om, sweet om. Fantastic. Our book today is by Tim Hopgood, and it's called Wow, Said the Owl. At night, when we are feeling tired and ready for bed, owls are just waking up. So let's turn from side to side the way an owl can almost turn their head almost all the way around. So crisscross applesauce. Take a deep breath in. And when you exhale, turn to one side and say, hoo, hoo. Inhale to center. Exhale to the other side. Hoo, hoo. Fantastic. Owls are just waking up. Owls live in a nighttime world. They have eyes that can see in the dark. Do you see how bright the owl's eyes are? But this little owl was a curious owl. Instead of staying awake all night, as little owls are supposed to do, she took a long nap and woke up just before dawn. Wow, said the owl. She couldn't believe her eyes. The sky was a warm and wonderful pink. Wow, said the owl, as the yellow sun shone through the morning mist. So let's make our suns shine. Let's inhale our arms up and make them round. Fantastic. Like a sun shining. Wow, said the owl, as white fluffy clouds floated across the bright blue sky. So let's float like clouds. We'll stand up and we'll see if we can float one leg behind us while we lean forward. So we'll lean forward and lift one leg straight behind us and see if we can float like clouds in the sky. Fantastic. Let's try the other side. Now this leg will be strong and tall, and this leg will shoot out backwards like the rays of the sun, and see if we can float by like clouds. Wonderful. Wow, said the owl, when she saw that the leaves on the trees were green. So we'll come to our tree pose. So one leg will be our tree trunk, and this leg will turn to the side. We can leave our toes on the floor, or we can bring them up to our calf, or we can bring them all the way up to our thigh. Just skip your knee, because that's a lot of pressure on your knee. Grow your branches. Fantastic. Let's try the other side. So now this leg will be our tree trunk. This leg will turn to the side. Toes can stay on the ground, or come up to your calf, or come all the way up to your thigh. Sandra's got to find her balance. Inhale your arms to the sky. Wonderful. Wow, said the owl, when she saw the pretty, what are these? Butterflies, the pretty red butterflies fly by. So we'll come to seated on our mats, and we will sit, there you go, on our bottoms with the bottoms of our feet, or the soles of our feet, flat together, and make butterfly wings. Very nice. Little owl watched them land on the bright orange flowers, which opened up in the warm sunshine. So we'll bloom like a flower. We'll stay on our bottoms, but our feet will be flat on the floor. And we'll inhale our arms up, and then exhale, drop them in between your legs. And then spider walk your fingers underneath your legs, and then see if you can inch backwards to lift up into your blooming flower. Wonderful. Up in the sky, the clouds turned gray, and it started to rain, but the sun was still shining. So we will send our feet long out in front of us. We'll inhale our arms up to the sky, and then exhale, let the raindrops float forward. Very nice. Inhale up. Exhale, let them float. Wonderful. Wow, said the owl, as a rainbow of red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet filled the sky. We'll make a rainbow by coming into downward facing dog with our bodies. So hands and knees, and then curl your toes under so that you can lift your hips up and back, and it kind of makes a rainbow shape. Fantastic. The little owl sat happily in her tree and watched as the sun went down and the moon came up. The daytime is full of beautiful colors, she thought. But wow, said the owl, the nighttime stars are the most beautiful of all. Too excited to sleep, the little owl stayed awake all night long, just like little owls are supposed to do. The end. So let's kiss our knees goodnight. We'll put one leg straight out on the floor, and the other leg, the bottom or the sole of our foot, will touch our thigh. And then we'll inhale, arms up, Exhale, bend over and kiss your knee goodnight. Good night, knee. Let's try that on the other side. Send this leg out long. This leg comes back so that the sole of our foot can touch our thigh. Inhale, arms up, and exhale. Good night, knee. Let's try it with both legs. Inhale, arms up, and then exhale, fold forward. Good night, knees. Now is a good time for a Shavasana or a guided meditation before bed. But first, we'll lift our arms to the sky. We'll touch our pinkies and thumbs together, say the word peace. We'll touch our ring finger and thumbs together and say the word begins. We'll touch our middle finger and thumbs together, say the word with. And then our pointer and thumbs together, say the word me. It goes peace begins with me. If that's really hard, you can do this. Peace begins with me. Bring your hands down a little bit lower. Say it a little bit quieter. Peace begins with me. Bring your hands down a little bit lower. Say it in a whisper. Peace begins with me. Bring your hands all the way to your knees. Say it silently to yourself. Bring your hands to your heart. Repeat after me. The light inside of me is also the light inside of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for doing yoga with me tonight. I miss you all, and I hope to see you soon.